Assalamu alaikum, what is up guys? I hope you all are doing well. Today we will discuss a research paper from a journal called Nature, very famous journal by the way. What the data say about asymptomatic COVID infections. Now, most of you might probably be aware with this. There are two types of patients with COVID-19. One is asymptomatic and the other is symptomatic. Asymptomatic patients are those that show no symptoms at all. And they have coronavirus, by the way. While the symptomatic patients are those that have coronavirus and they show symptoms as well. People without symptoms can pass on the virus, but estimating their contribution to outbreak is challenging. Starts with a question. How many people don't experience any symptoms after being infected with coronavirus, and what is their role in spreading COVID-19? These have been key questions since the beginning of the pandemic. That's right. Many of us want to know about this riddle here. Now, evidence suggests that about 1 in 5 infected people will experience no symptoms. Wow. And they will transmit the virus to significantly fewer people than someone with symptoms. Okay, so out of 5, 1 will have no symptoms. That is crazy. But researchers are divided about whether asymptomatic infections are acting as silent driver of the pandemic. Okay. Although there is a growing understanding of asymptomatic infections, researchers say that people should continue to use measures to reduce viral spread. Yes, including social distancing and wearing masks and all this stuff. We have to maintain social distance, wearing masks, because you don't know what the other person is carrying. He might be an asymptomatic patient. When we do tests, he might show no symptoms, but he will be a coronavirus carrier. Okay. The issue with putting a reliable figure on the rate of asymptomatic COVID-19 is distinguishing between people who are asymptomatic and pre-symptomatic. Now this is a very super interesting term, asymptomatic and pre-symptomatic. Asymptomatic is someone who never developed symptoms ever throughout the course of their disease. This is asymptomatic patient. For example, there is a person, XYZ, he has coronavirus and he didn't develop symptoms of coronavirus throughout the course of their disease. So he is termed as asymptomatic patient. Now what is pre-symptomatic? Pre-symptomatic is somebody who has mild symptoms. Okay, so he has mild symptoms. So there is another person, his name is also XYZ, he has a mild symptoms of coronavirus, so he is a pre-symptomatic carrier. Okay, research early in the pandemic suggested that the rate of asymptomatic infections could be as high as 81%. Wow. But a meta-analysis published last month, meta-analysis is basically a statistical study that combined the results of multiple scientific studies. Okay, so a meta-analysis published last month, which included 13 studies involving 21,708 people, calculated the rate of asymptomatic presentation to be 17%. It means that out of 21,708 people, about 2,500 people were asymptomatic. More or less 2,500 people were asymptomatic. So it's pretty high, right? Okay, so carrying on. The analysis defined asymptomatic people as those who showed none of the key COVID-19 symptoms during the entire follow-up period. And the authors included only studies that followed participants for at least 7 days. Now jump on to the viral dynamics of asymptomatic patients. To understand what is happening in people with no symptoms, Çevik, by the way, she's a Turkish-British physician, and colleagues conducted a systematic review and meta-analysis of 79 studies on the viral dynamics and transmissibility of COVID-19, which is posted on Social Science. Some studies showed that those without symptoms had similar initial viral load, the number of viral particles present in a throat swab, by the way, when compared with people with symptoms. Now this is a very, very interesting thing. It means that asymptomatic patient had the similar initial viral load as compared to the symptomatic people, but asymptomatic people seem to clear the virus faster and are infectious for a shorter period. That is the main difference between asymptomatic and symptomatic. You guys must learn this. The viral load is same. It's similar. It means that the number of viral particles present in a throat swab is same, but there is a difference between asymptomatic and symptomatic, and what is that? It's that asymptomatic people seem to clear the virus faster and are infectious for a shorter period. The immune systems of asymptomatic individual might be able to neutralize the virus more rapidly, says Chevik, but that doesn't mean these people have a stronger or more durable immune response. No, not at all. And there is evidence that people with severe COVID-19 have a more substantial and long-lasting neutralizing antibody response. Although there is a now better understanding of asymptomatic infections and transmission of COVID-19, Chevik says that asymptomatic people should continue to use measures that reduce viral spread, such as social distancing, hand hygiene, and wearing masks. So, guys, please maintain social distancing, hand hygiene, and wearing masks. Don't listen to the people around you that say that, no man, don't wear a mask, it doesn't stop a spread. No, it stops the spread. I mean, look at the research. So, asymptomatic transmission is as real as symptomatic transmission. Please maintain social distancing and avoid gatherings, and this is a time to cooperate with each other. Thank you very much.